Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new Swis and John show. I am Swiss and I am with my friend Jonathan. How are you, Jonathan?
Hey Swis, I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good too. So I want to say also hello to our friend Big Sal upvoted. Thank you. Thank you so much and welcome to the show.
Swis,
Um,
before we're starting the show, I
yeah.
just would like to do a shout out to Design Atelier. I love that trailer so much. I can't put it in words. It fills my heart with joy every time that I see it. So thank you very
Oh,
much, Design Atelier.
so yes. Yes, beautiful job. Thank you so much, Design Atelier. Amazing, amazing intro. Speaking of Design Atelier, did you see the AP Design Your Royal Oak contest
Well, we've been
results?
showing it on the last show.
No, but have you seen the results?
No, not yet. Did he win?
Ooh, so he did not win,
Shit.
and I was kind of disappointed about the results. Let me see if I can
I
find it.
thought that you had some revealing pictures of the head of product development at AP. So what happened that Designer T didn't win? Because from the last time, I had the impression that you totally had him in hands.
Well, yeah, except it's Jean-François Benamias who makes the decisions, and
Uh,
so he
you don't
obviously
have.
chose uh, some stupid designs. Let me see if I can find. You know what? I'm gonna pull up the YouTube video because
So we're
he
having
made
Chris
made a
Clues
YouTube
here in the
video.
comments, the original OC. Hello, happy Saturday. James the advisor is there. Who would buy a Lange? Crazy people just like me and probably you. Thomas Burnett is in the comments. Good to see you. So people are starting to join the show. Special shout out to Dodger, who is rebel streaming us on the dungeon, but he's doing that since 6 hours, so it's all good.
Wait, who made? No, it was Horoloop or was it Wrist Check? Wrist Check. Oh, there we go. There we go. Ba-ba-da-ba-bum. Okay, YouTube video. Tac. Let me share this. Poof. Okay, so blah 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 blah. We share some designs, and he picked up some stupid design. For example, this one. Okay. So what is this? Can you see this right there?
Yeah.
So what do you think this is?
Is it a kind of fabric or?
So it is recycled material. You can see here
Okay.
there's a landfill with a lot of,
Yeah.
plastic bottles. It's basically a watch made of recycled material.
Hmm.
Who made
It's a
this
crap.
exact same thing a year ago?
I think we've seen that before.
Yes.
What was this? Recycle? No, no, it was not the Moonswatch.
No, it was Oris. So let me
Uh-huh.
pull it up.
Actually, now we have a royal crab watch, which is not bad.
Now let me show you this, and please tell me there is no resemblance.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
It's it's like exactly the same thing.
Yeah,
Like
and to be honest, it has nothing to do with design. This is just a product concept, but not a design
yeah,
concept.
it's just you know what? Take the Rolex and make it in recycled plastic. I mean, you know, uh, they chose designs both on aesthetics, beautiful design, but also something that is doable. And I get this, but this is this is not good enough for me. And
So
I have seen the other, many other designs that they were trending on Instagram. You can go on Instagram. I don't remember what's the hashtag, but there's a lot of cool designs, and those that he picked are just, meh.
So will the watch be made out of mixed plastic
So
or
yes, they
okay?
will make the watch, as I understood, or at least try to. With maybe a few modifications there and there. And they will invite the designers themselves. So this one was designed by Sam from the USA. Beautiful,
Hmm.
Sam. You just took Oris's idea. No innovation right there. Second one. Okay, so second one. Okay, that is. I don't even know how you can put these two together. He was thinking about Burning Man, so the big
Hmm.
festival.
Hmm.
So he was like, you know what? Let's make a royal oak, Burning Man edition, like a rusty outside,
Hmm.
but inside very delicate with a moon phase. Mm, I
Okay.
don't know. I don't know. There is some idea. There is some idea. Making a explicitly rusty watch. I think has never been tried before. Um,
They tried to do that with cars, but they all look like crap. So
but isn't that supposed to look like crap? I mean, that's the
yes,
design of
but
it. Yeah.
you know what I think about bronze watches and the silver Tudor and everything. It tarnishes and looks like it looks bad.
Yeah,
So
it
what
does.
what is the
But
point?
it is the point. You're buying a watch that looks bad.
Yeah.
And
Does it
yes,
make you
so
feel
they
good?
try to replicate the idea.
Okay.
There is I could see some inspiration behind this one, but I
Hmm.
still think it looks like crap. And let's
It is better
credit
than the landfill watch. I agree.
it is Sunny from the UK.
Hmm.
Sunny, the idea is okay. The execution might be very hard to pull off. This one is the only one who had some kind of good idea. So basically, you keep the watch case, as it is, plain.
Hmm.
There is just the details on the dial itself. And you know how they released what's it called, the ceramic royal oak with that rainbow finishing to the tapisserie
Hmm.
earlier this year.
Yeah.
So this one was saying, okay, let's use this technology, and with the light reflections on the tapisserie, we represent the color of the sky. So up there, because it's noon, it's going to be yellow. Down there, when it's turning to dusk, you see then it gets dark blue, a bit pinkish.
Hmm.
So I don't know how it's going to get out, but there is some idea. This, at least, I think this is smart. And maybe because maybe you can do something special with the case too. I don't know. But this, I think, has been, some thought has been put into it,
Hmm.
and it is using some technology that is kind of new. We never really tried to do this shimmering surface onto a dial before, and now you try to give it a purpose. I think it's pretty nice. I don't know how they are going to do that, and I don't know how it's going to look in person, but I like the idea. And this is Sidouane from France. Um, okay, and this one is the stupidest one. So,
Can you wake me up when we are over?
yeah, sure. Ceramic case,
Mm.
Aventurine, what do you call it?
Dial.
Aventurine dial. I like it. But a big ugly moon phase in the middle,
Mm.
and that stupid date. Okay. Apart from the Aventurine dial, this is disgusting. Um, so
So
Michael from
wait,
the USA.
you just put an aventurine dial and a moon phase, and you win a prize. Okay. Hmm.
Yeah, exactly. This is exactly my point. They picked up the most boring watches, and
Hmm.
in my opinion, it doesn't even look that good.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, there were so many beautiful, beautiful designs, and the last one. Now this gets kind of interesting too. So I said number. Are they gonna do a close up on that one? Okay, there it is. So instead of skeletonizing the movement,
Mm.
why don't you skeletonize the case and
Mm.
bracelet?
That is for the wrist hair fetishists.
Yes. Wow. I don't know. It looks like a cheap 3D printed prop, but I don't know. This once again could be a very smart idea. We would have to see it in person to, get a real idea of
But
if
that
it's
is an
good or
idea.
bad.
That is an
Yes,
idea. So
but it
I'll
is
give
an
it to
idea. But
you. Yeah.
AP is committed to at least try to make it.
Mhm.
So it's going to be made,
Okay.
which is interesting.
So the
So yeah,
winners, are they getting a watch or a prize
no,
or money?
no, they are just getting like a weekend at AP, and
Okay. Mhm.
thank you for your idea. Now get your shit and get out. So yes, this
Probably.
is Yinglin from China. Beautiful, beautiful. And they had a couple more designs that they will incorporate into the code, because it wasn't good enough for the. So
Mhm.
I can only imagine what it's going to look like. So yeah, there you go. Number 3 is kind of smart. Number 5, I'm not sure, but the other ones are just
Mm. Yeah,
meh.
I agree.
No innovation, and it doesn't even look good. So
I
I
feel
don't
bad
know.
for Design Atelier for even putting the effort and the hours to
Yeah,
make
Design
something
Atelier's
outstanding. Yes.
watch was incredible compared to this. But hey, what can we say? It's this guy who decides. So there we
Yeah.
go.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
So
now that we have been
we
shitting on AP,
we
can we
took
shit a little bit on Bremont?
sure. So
This
what's
comes
happening?
totally unplanned. Bremont issued a new watch. Let me check if it was on Hodinky or on Monochrome,
Well, let
where
me
we saw.
check.
Yeah.
Bremont. Well, let's look on their website. Oh my god.
So you remember the scandal with the in-house movement, where Bremont claimed that they have this outstanding in-house movement, and then somebody found out that it's a base movement by Lajoud Perret, and the CEO then came up and said, yeah, we were so enthusiastic, we didn't know what in-house really means," or something like that. So now
They really said
Bremont,
that?
yeah, he said that.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
You haven't followed that scandal? It was a big thing a
Yeah, but
couple
I
of years
didn't
ago.
know they said we didn't know.
Have a look at the video. It was really embarrassing. So now, so Bremont learned something. So Bremont announced that they
Brumont.
will have a totally in-house movement very soon. They failed because it was too complicated to make. So they took a movement. I always forget who made that, and they modified the movement a little bit for their purposes. Now the claim that Bremont is putting out for that modified movement is that 80% of the weight of the movement is made in-house. And when I
Of
heard
the
that,
weight?
of the weight of the movement,
So they basically make the outer cage and one or two bridges and all the fine detail of the escapement.
it's worse.
Worse?
What is the most heavy part in a movement, in a watch movement?
Well, the base plate.
No, it's a rotor.
No? Oh, the rotor. Okay.
so they make in-house
What the hell?
the rotor, the base plate, and 3 or 4 bridges, and that's it. So it's 80% of the weight
Oh.
of the movement that they make
Oh.
in-house, and the rest
Oh.
they're taking over. And that is just laughable. The base plate you can make with a CNC machine and alter a little bit the design or the appearance. Same goes for the bridges. So that is not really an effort in terms of watchmaking. But Bremont puts out 80% of the weight of the movement which is just so obvious and so yeah. You know, I like to talk about horology and watch companies that put an effort, but come on, Bremont, you can be. And this watch is bloody expensive. I think it's 9,000 or something like that for the watch with the AP bracelet. And
Yeah, bloody expensive.
yeah. So sorry, Bremont. It's only getting worse with you, and you have that nice factory, and you have the machines, and so please put a little bit of effort. And if you don't put an effort, don't try to sugarcoat what you're doing. It's just an insane price. 8,000 pounds.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, yeah, that is a hard pill to swallow. Ouch.
Okay,
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
let's talk about more positive things.
Yes. Shall we talk about watches, or shall we talk about us meeting last week?
Us meeting last week.
Very well. So we tried to meet before. I don't remember when it was. It was a long time ago. I
Last
think at
April.
the start of the year. Where
Mhm.
was it? Yeah, and
April
it
last.
miserably failed.
Because it's all my fault. Swiss had nothing to do with it.
You can blame it all on John.
Mhm.
Yes, but you know what? We met for the first time last week. Why is that? Because John was finally visiting Anderson's atelier. Was it the first time you were in the Anderson atelier?
Oh yes, absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely. Hmm.
yeah, yeah. So yes, this was the the goal, the big goal of your trip here to Geneva. You stayed one night or two
Yes,
nights?
one night in a
Just one
hotel.
night. Yeah,
Yes, and that was the main reason to come. Yes. Mhm.
there we go.
The reason was because Benjamin Chi was in Geneva at the same
Yes.
time.
Yes.
So
So GPHG was having their, ceremony, whatever, pretty much at the exact same time. And because Benjamin Chi has his horological clock, maybe you can show a photo of it, Jonathan.
oh yes, 1 second. Yeah.
So Benjamin Chi has had one of his creations at the GPHG, and Benjamin Chi is also the designer behind Jonathan's watch. You can see me. This is me with this. Uh, well, it's a big clock, basically. This thing is truly huge. I didn't know how big it was, but it's really big. And even on this photo, you cannot see how big it is.
Ben told us that
Yeah.
it's that it will be huge, but I think both of us we expected it to be half of the size.
Hmm. Yes. So Benjamin Chi was there. Jonathan was there. We were all meeting at the Anderson atelier. I think was a it was a first for John. I was there multiple times already, so I was at a familiar place. John, it was really fun because John had, and also Benjamin. I don't know if Benjamin it was his first time too. I don't think so.
Yes,
But
yes, it
oh,
was.
it was.
Actually, it
It
was the
was.
first time that he saw his watches.
Yeah,
He
it's
said
so
that.
crazy, right? It was the first time that he saw his watches, that he designed being made. And it was really nice because not only Alex, who is the CEO of Anderson, was there, and with a few of the the workers. Also, Sven Anderson himself was there, and they took some time to just give us a tour of the atelier, show us all their previous works and their their history. That was amazing. That was really nice. Yeah, did you like
Oh, I
Did you like your
absolutely
experience?
loved it, but I suffered incredible pain for
Oh,
those two days because before we met, I rang you up and I told you, Swiss, we are not going to wear suits, won't you? Won't we? And from what I understood, is you wanted to wear a suit, correct? That was your initial plan, and I talked you out of wearing a suit when we're meeting. Swiss, are you with me? I think Swiss left the building. Maybe he has technical issues. So I'm just continuing what I tried to say. So yes, so I told Swiss I'm not going to wear a suit. I know that Ben is always dressing sharp, so I was a little bit worried that Ben would come in a suit. But anyhow, I was dressed acceptably. But I made the mistake to pack or to put on a brand new pair of elegant boots, which I thought would be nice and would be good. But it turned out that they were too small for me, and I had a lot of pain. The first day, I made 17 kilometers by foot with boots that were hurting me, and I have blisters all over my feet still. My two big toenails are blue, so I was suffering incredible pain the entire time. So Swiss lost connection. He has to reboot, and he will be back in 5 minutes. Oh, we have Mrs. Dodger here. Hello, good to see you. And Dodger, very good to see you. I hope that that you forgive me my little prank. I've let Dodger's iPhone ping all the time when he was on the dungeon, just to piss him off a little bit. Okay, so I was suffering incredible pain on my feet. Other than that, the meeting at the Sven Andersen workshop was amazing, super interesting. I've been to many places where watchmakers are working. So the workbenches looked somehow familiar. What I didn't expect is the door opens and I see Sven Andersen himself in a white lab coat, just being there at the bench. Keep in mind, Sven Andersen is 80 years old, and I didn't expect him to be there at all. But apparently, he's quite often there. To my surprise, Sven Andersen, I know he's from Denmark. He spoke fluent German because his wife is German. So we could talk in German, secret language. Nobody could understand us. And it was just an enjoyable time just among friends. There was no distance between us. I knew Alex before. Sven showed us a little bit what they're working on. And then we had the privilege to sit on a kind of kitchen table in the back of the workshop. It basically all happens in one room. There is one big room, which watchmaker's table. The other side of the room, there are some machines. The lady who is doing the office work is in the middle of everything. So it's a very small team, and everything happens in one big room. So we could then we sat then at the back of that room together, and Sven Andersen told us a lot of stories, how he began, what he has done, showed us a lot of incredible pictures of the watches that he made. Many of them we had no clue of that those have happened. A little bit later, Benjamin G joined us. He was a little bit late, but it was also a big welcome. And yeah, hearing from Benjamin was very interesting. I hope that Swiss will pull up my celestial Voyager watch very soon. The watch that I've been ordering now 1 year ago, and they're still working on it. Ben made all the drawings, but he never saw this watch in real life. So everything, because of COVID, he couldn't travel. Everything was done online or remotely. And when we met, this was the first time that Benjamin Chi really saw his own creation, his own watch. And that was a very surprising fact to me. Alex made it possible that I was meeting him at the AD in Berlin, and he brought one of the Celestial Voyagers with him. So I've seen Benjamin Chi's watch before he saw it in person, which was kind of odd. Okay, so yeah, we spent in total like 4 hours in the Sven Andersen atelier. We were talking about my particular watch. Everything is ready. I'm just waiting for Swis to come on because he has the pictures. With the exception of the city ring, which is in aventurine. In real aventurine, it's not artificial aventurine, just like in most of the other companies. And they were waiting for the aventurine still because the postman rang at the atelier at 8 o'clock in the morning and nobody was there. So my city ring was resting at the post office, and they didn't have access to it because we were meeting on a Saturday afternoon. Yes, so yeah, we were talking a lot about the Sven Andersen creations. He told us a lot about the watchmakers that he met on the way. For example, Frank Müller used to work together with him. He told us how Frank Müller developed that Santre Curvex watch, and it is basically based on hello,
back.
Swis. I had now a
Let me
15 minutes
pull that Celestial Voyager once again. Tack, tack. Sorry about that. And let's put it to scale. Let's share the screen. Tack. Is that it? Yes. Buff. Okay, there we go. The Andersen Celestial Voyager.
Designed by Benjamin Chi.
Yes.
So for
this
the
is
viewers,
not yours.
This is not my watch. This is virtually the same case, the same design, but with a different dial.
Exactly.
And
yours will have a few changes on the CT rings too.
Yes, very much. Yes. Mm-hmm.
And
what we learned,
a different strap. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. Yes, actually, you know that I selected my strap, and that will be a scandal because everybody prefers to give me advice on the watch strap. So we will keep that close. Is that okay for you, Swis?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So yes. So I just put this watch again on the wrist just to prove everybody that a 37mm watch still looks very good on my wrist. Or did you find it too small, Swis?
No, it's perfect.
Did you try it on as well? I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. On me, it's pretty good too, to be honest. Yeah. Let me pull up your, where is it? Your dial. Tack. Up. Poof. And there.
No, Chris, not that. Okay, here we go. Would you like to show the crack dial before?
Yes. Okay. So give me one more second.
Yes. So one important part of my new watch is the enamel cloisonné dial, which is totally custom made. We have a special point of view from the map, and this is the first dial that has been produced, but unfortunately it cracked when the dial maker tried to print the quarter hour dots on.
Yes,
So
and you can see the crack here.
Yeah.
actually.
So that is not a reflection, that is a crack. So they had to do it all over again. And just look at the landmass where Russia is. I also think the details of the borders are not that detailed, just like on the new dial. Would you agree with that, Swis?
Yeah,
I
this
think
one is
Italy looks a little bit nicer.
bit more evolved. You have
Yeah.
the lakes.
Yes, the Caspian Sea and Lake Baikal. They added that. Japan, they made a little bit more elaborate with those little islands that belong to Russia on top.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more detailed. And I was talking to Alex about that because I know that it is a huge cost. They have to pay the dial makers for the crack dial as well. So any other company would say, okay, let's do it again. Let's make it as cheap as possible. But Alex told me to compensate for the damage or for the delay, I wanted to make it better. So his goal was to make it better. And his idea was adding those lakes and a little bit working on the outlines. And that is just a nice touch. And you don't get this from any other company, I would guess.
Nope.
I didn't even ask for it. So here you can see now my dial fully printed, mounted on the movement and the 24-hour ring. The only thing that is missing is the city ring, which was at the post office. But I heard that the city ring had a minor flaw, so they have to redo that in the next couple of days. So the city ring at the moment is not ready.
What about this?
You're too fast because the Chili Badger had a question. Is that a balloon flying down a river on the dial? Yes, yes. I'm not sure if that is a river or a landmass, but those are actually 9 balloons, if I counted correctly, and that is a famous photograph. It is sunset over Cappadocia, which is a part of Turkey, and they had this kind of balloon festival there, and that is the inspiration for this style.
Yes, beautiful, beautiful piece.
Oh, we have Mike K here in the comments. Hello, Mike. Okay, now the rotor is another big thing because I wanted a different pattern of guillochage on the rotor.
So let me just find the regular one. Anderson BCHH. Oh, what am I doing?
Monochrome has some good pictures of the rotor.
By the way, we can show again the making of this watch that you just saw. So see this watch, this is the one that John had on his hands. And you can see the making of the dial. Look, you can see the gold threads being displayed.
This is all done by hand. Yeah. Those are gold wires that are bent by hand. And then it's filled with enamel.
This is crazy. But the result is beautiful. I mean, look at this.
Yeah.
That is a beautiful photo. Yeah, can you imagine if you take a pattern like this one right there, this drawing?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the rotor.
Yeah.
This is the back of the watch.
So the rotor is Sven Andersen's signature thing is blue gold, which is a special gold alloy that is heat treated to a point where it turns blue. And they told us if you overdo it, then it turns gray and matte and you have to throw it away.
Yeah.
So it is different colors that this kind of alloy gets. Sven Andersen is using that on dials and also on rotors, and that is the standard pattern on their rotor. And I kindly asked them if I could have a different pattern on my rotor, and to my surprise, they obliged. And this is one of 4 rotors that they had with that pattern. So I could pick and choose the one that I like most, and that is the winner. And this rotor will be in my watch, which is also a nice touch. Just imagine you go to Patek Philippe and they present you 4 different rotors, and they will tell you pick and choose which one we are gonna get into your watch. Do you think that will happen?
No, never. So yes, this is beautiful, and also one of the hard, what's difficult into making these blued rotors is that it's very hard to have it to have a evenly homogeneous color.
Yeah,
because he showed us many of them where it was nice and blue in the center, but then, for example, this little arch here, this was discolored. Either it was like a copper color or it was turning gray, and they cannot use those.
I think this arch is really difficult because I would assume that little piece of gold will heat up faster than the big mass of gold. And I think that is one of their problems when they heat treat them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I would guess that this little half ring heats up quicker than the rest of the rotor.
They probably know how to make it.
Yeah, that is the Jonathan Quell-Higgins edition. Yes.
Yeah.
At the moment, I'm not sure if there were more rotors. I think they will use this idea on another watch, or maybe on another couple of watches. I'm happy to give my permission, because at the end, I'm seeing this project being a project among friends. I don't want anything to be exclusive to me, or anything, because this is a brainchild of so many people, and it would be just bad to say, oh, I want this exclusive. I'm happy to if the brand evolves, and if some other collectors like my idea and take it, just like I do.
Exactly. So yeah.
So I think it's gonna look amazing. Actually,
yeah,
I tried to get this particular watch for the time being until my watch is ready. That didn't go well. The watch is still in Geneva. Oh, James the Advisor makes a very good point. If you sold this watch, you would lose 30,000 plus. Yes, I would. But I won't, because I'm not going to sell this watch. There was so much effort. There's so much personalization. And Ben said it so rightly. Those world time watches, they take you on a trip in your mind. You gaze on the map, and you think of the places that you've been. You think of the places that you want to be, and this is the idea of that cloisonné dial. And I have marked my 3 favorite places for me on that dial. This is a totally personal watch. I have no intention to sell it. I know that if I sell it, I will take a financial bath, but that doesn't matter to me. This watch is for me. This is for my enjoyment, and this is not for resale. So I'm totally happy with it. And Alex, the CEO of Sven Andersen, makes it very sure. He says he doesn't want to sell the watches to people who put it in the safe. He wants to see those watches on the wrists. He wants to know the watches in the hands of collectors that truly wear them. And that is what I'm going to do.
Exactly.
Oh, we have Jamie Opulence here.
Hello, Jamie Opulence. Good to see you.
Yeah, that pattern is very hypnotizing. It looks like some triangles and then like a triangular gap that you're falling in. It's a very nice effect. And Sven Andersen is using that on the dial of their jumping hour. And that is where I got the
You
idea from.
also had that jumping hour on your
Oh,
wrists, and
oh,
you really liked it.
oh, I love it. Yeah. That will be one of my next watches, I guess.
Are you sure Mrs. Higgins is not listening to this podcast?
I'm not sure, but she knows it already. I've told her.
Okay, good, awesome. Um, so that was about your watch that you're
Yes.
going to purchase. But wait,
No, I
you
paid for it
came
already.
you came with a special watch yourself.
Yes.
And the people working at the atelier had some interesting reactions when they saw your watch. Did they?
Yeah, tell us about it. I don't want to praise my own watch. So
Okay, so basically Jonathan came with a very special Grand Seiko. So it was a Grand Seiko with a spring drive movement in a platinum case. Beautiful, just, 300 with a micro artist movement inside. So wait, do you know the reference of your watch?
yes, SPG Z003.
Let's find it out. Grand Seiko.
JP, you're not too late. We haven't talked about the GPHG.
Boop, 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 boom.
Welcome to the show. Yeah.
This watch right there,
Mhm.
which is an amazing watch. What's the size on it? It's a good size too. It's
I think
39.
38.5.
Yeah, perfect
So
size.
the story before goes like that. When I met Alex at the AD in Berlin, I had my Lange perpetual calendar on my wrist, and Alex was putting it on the wrist, and he was staring all the time on the perpetual calendar. He really liked it. So when we prepared that Geneva trip, I was calling Alex and I told him, look, I know how much you like that Lange perpetual calendar, so I'm gonna wear it for you. And Alex replied, yeah, that's nice, but maybe I can ask you for a favor, and you bring your Grand Seiko Micro Artist Studio watch, because I'm pretty sure that my watchmakers would really like to see that. And so I happily obliged, and I took this particular watch with me to Geneva. Now it's your turn.
Yes. Yes. And it was really funny because the first time basically the watchmakers it was as if they were seeing that movement for the first time, and they were really, really excited. And I think they were very impressed. Very impressed. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
just
were
just
they
to
were
say that.
basically jumping around
Yeah,
just to see this watch.
yeah. This level of anglage you only see in a couple of watches, and that is what the Micro Artist Studio really makes shine. And yeah, so yes, that looks a little bit like the cradle movement, because it's basically is. The cradle movement is a little bit different in details, but the cradle HE movement is very similar.
Yes.
So what was funny is Sven Andersen then took the watch in hands, and what did he say?
At first he wasn't so impressed.
Yeah, he said
So
this is all machine
yeah,
finished or
he
something
said
like
this
that.
is all machine finished. And then the guys immediately said, "No, no, 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 this is hand fit." And he was like, "What? Give me that." He took it, took a loop, looked at it once again, and he was like, "Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. I can see the anglage rentrant, inwards angle."
Yeah.
Yeah. Then he really liked it. And apparently, one of your screws has a mark. I never found it.
I've never found it as well. Maybe it was a reflection. I don't know.
I'm not sure myself.
You know what really made my day was when one of the watchmakers came to me, very shy, and he said, "Excuse me, can we take a picture of your watch?" You remember that?
Yes. Yes.
So they were taking pictures of the movement finishing, and Alex was very happy, and he said, "Yeah, this will be their benchmark for the quality that they are trying to achieve." So this watch was a big hit, and you tried it on as well, Swiss, haven't you?
Yeah, and I really like it. It's a good size. Good size. Yeah. I also had a platinum watch. It was the platinum night. I had my platinum JLC.
Oh yes, I like that very much. Watch Apprentice. I think we talked about Sidewinkle in one of the previous shows already.
Yes, and we said that we don't know anything about Sidewinkle. So
Yeah. Do you have a picture of your watch? Because I really like that as well. You know, I'm a sucker for black dials.
actually, I don't wait. So I have to go on my phone, send it to you, and then bring this up.
Mhm.
So give me 1 second, and
Yeah.
I might.
So
Be able
Jamie says it looks like a lotus flower. They call it bellflower, and you got that right. It looks a little bit like a flower on the top. Grand Seiko said the gap between those two bridges looks like a river, but the more that I look at it, it looks like the stem of this bellflower. So you can have different interpretations about that. So Dodger is always complaining. We were talking about TCH and not GPHC. TCH, THC. He means, or TCH.
I don't know what TCH is. So
I know what THC is, but
yeah, THC. Maybe not on this channel.
yeah. So yes,
Okay.
James the Advisor is asking us about the title of the show.
Wait, we want to
Yeah.
show our watches first. Tac. Okay, so the image is sideways, but you can see here both our watches. So this was Jonathan's. So the Grand Seiko you were seeing here, which is what, $55,000. I don't remember what's the list price on that. Very expensive. And mine next to it, which is well, it doesn't have the same level of finishing, but I like it a lot. And you know what? It's funny because my watch is 37.
Yep.
And you said yours is 38.5?
Yes, but you can see
the difference.
You can see the trick with Grand Seiko with a very slim bezel that is very outside, and the short lux. So yeah.
Yeah, and we both have bespoke straps.
Yeah.
Yes. What were we talking about?
Yeah, we have to reply to the question of the title of the show.
Oh yeah.
So
I will let you introduce that.
I have to explain that. So it's very easy. Before I went to Geneva, I was talking to ER, and I told her that I'm going to meet you, and she said Swiss is great, and please give him a kiss from me. So yeah, I accepted the challenge. I told Swiss that I'm going to kiss him. I didn't want to embarrass him right away when we were meeting. So I was waiting until we said goodbye in the first evening. And I had to kiss him on the cheek when we said goodbye. Only for ER and only from
So
ER.
yes, you did not kiss me on the cheek. ER kissed me on the cheek through you.
I kissed you on the cheek.
It wasn't your cheek. It wasn't your. It was ER kissing me.
I had ER in mind when I kissed you.
Oh no, that's even worse. Don't say that.
Now I realize how that sounds. And it was not pleasant. You should have shaved a little bit more.
So there we go.
Okay, that was the reply to the question.
Okay. So we had a wonderful time. Maybe we have just time to talk about your experience with the Breguet boutique
Shouldn't we talk about the GPHG, or is it
or
too long?
GPG,
I
whatever you
think
want.
I think GPHG interests the guys more, and I can tell about
But
my.
we already did talk about GPHG last time, didn't we?
Yes, but we saw the watches in real life, and we can talk a
Sure.
little bit about our favorites.
Okay, sure. My favorite, easy, is the Van Cleef & Arpels. Let me bring this once
Can you
again.
reply to that?
There was some tongue action. I don't think so.
Yeah. The Watch Apprentice is asking, did you enjoy it?
Well, you said it. You didn't.
It was my duty. It was
It
my
was
duty.
the challenge.
Yeah, of course.
It was ER's
Everything
challenge.
for ER.
Anything for ER.
No, it's getting worse. I think we have to turn the comments off. So yes,
let me bring back that Van Cleef & Arpels watch.
Just like Swis said, that was the weekend also when the GPHG results were announced. So we met on Saturday, and I think Friday night was the big show, the big event, when the prizes were given. And one of the highlights that we wanted to do was there is a museum called Musée Rath, which is not far from the city center, and all the contestants of the GPHG could be seen in real life. So what I expected, have you ever been to that museum before?
No.
You've not seen the GPHG contestants before?
No.
Okay.
It was the first time with you.
So I expected them to be behind glass in showcases like that. And to my surprise, all the watches were accessible and just in front of you, with one exception that Van Cleef & Arpels clock, the 5 million watch, was a little bit, the clock was a little bit more protected. But all the other watches were accessible and right in front of us. And of course, that was a nice experience. You know, when when I traveled back, I just thought how blessed we are having seen all those watches. Because even if you go to a Van Cleef & Arpels boutique, we're seeing here this beautiful flower watch. If you go to a Van Cleef & Arpels boutique and ask for this particular watch, they won't have it. They won't be able to show it to you. The same with all the other watch brands, Ferdinand Berthoud or Rechepi. You won't see such a watch, even if you find an AD who carries all them. And we had all 50 of them right in front of our noses. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Yeah, as you were saying, it was the perfect opportunity to see all of those. I thought most of them were kind of boring and not that crazy good. AP has a few good watches. The Van Cleef & Arpels, there was this, who was it? I think it's Chaumet, who has the one with the shooting star case that folds. I love that one. And obviously the Rechepi Acrivia watch.
Yeah, the Rechepi Acrivia or Chronomètre Contemporain was one of my highlights. Too bad that we couldn't see the movement.
Yeah, too bad. Yeah. So we were, when we were in front of the Van Cleef & Arpels, we couldn't resist making it, change the hour.
Are you going to show the video or?
I was just now.
No, but our video.
Oh, I don't have it.
I have it. 1 second.
So are you gonna show it?
Yes. In an
Da-da-da-da-da.
infinite loop, I can show it. 1 second. There you go. That is Swiss hand, and you can see how.
Yeah, this is nice. Yeah, it was right there. You just had to wind it a bit, and poof. And
Yeah.
we got yelled at a few times from the guys.
Oh,
Because, yeah,
I
we
think the
could.
first one was a Chaumet with that tail.
Yeah.
You closed it. The Van Cleef was the second one, and I think the guards already were moaning. What else did we touch? We touched more watches.
Probably the Hermes.
Oh yes, the Hermes we touched.
Le Temps Voyageur.
We touched that with those tubes.
Yes. Well, we touched a few of them, and we weren't
The guards
supposed
were really
to.
upset with us. But just have a look at the end of the hour. All the flowers close, and then the flowers open again after 12, and the number of open flowers indicates the number of hours. On the side, you have a little display about of the minutes, but who cares? That is just incredibly beautiful. My favorite watch of the year. You know that we nominated Watch of the Year 2021 on one of our shows, and I said this is my Watch of the Year. I'm totally upset that this didn't win the grand prize. It won the ladies' complication prize, but in my opinion, it should have won more, because this is just an amazing thing.
Right. So
what I also found very stunning. Maybe we browse through the watches. GPHG. 20.
I have it right there if you want.
Oh, you have it right there.
Yeah.
Maybe we can just talk about the watches that we've seen and that impressed us.
So the other one that we liked was this one.
Oh yes, the Gelfman.
So basically, this watch has those tube that lights up, and you just push this button right there at the center.
Yeah, and those tubes. Those tubes are old tubes, as far as I know. They have been made in Russia, and those were the first digital displays for computers back in the 60s. So those tubes work just like old light bulbs. So a wire is shaped in the shape of a one, and if you put power on it, it glows. And what is so special about those tubes is that 10 different wires are in one tube. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
you
8,
can
9.
see they are all
0.
superimposed one on top of the other, and it just tells you the time like this.
Yeah, they're called Nixie tubes, correctly, Chris.
Nixie tubes.
That was a cool watch. I mean, it's ugly as hell, but those tubes are the show. So, what else did impress us?
We
have Speedy Hernandez.
To be honest, as I said before, most of them were kind of boring. Seeing this one, the thinness of this watch in real life was impressive.
Didn't we say the bracelet is thicker than the watch?
Yeah, look. If you look, the bracelet is even thicker than the watch itself. It's crazy. So yeah, seeing this in real life was impressive.
I remember that I liked the Zenith very much.
Really? Which where is it?
The black dial.
Isn't it in
I think it's on top.
Iconic? I think it was in the Iconic. No, let me.
It's in the same class like Recep
Zenith.
Recepi. Here it is. Yeah, I really like that. I like that
With
the visual effect
observatoire
more.
movement.
Yeah, I like the visual effect more than the Recep Recepi, because I think we both agreed that on the Recep Recepi, the lugs are a little bit slightly
They are
long.
very strong. Yeah, very
Yeah.
strong lugs.
That is one of the criticism, and we couldn't see the movement, which was a little bit disappointing.
Yeah. Yeah, but an amazing watch. Other than that, this one was interesting. I like this one.
You played with it and
Yeah.
got yelled at?
Yeah, I got yelled at because there is a little button that you press and it, changes the date of the world map. And this little subdial just travels all the way.
That moves
So
is
I
a
was
very
just
nice
playing with
effect.
it like tack 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 tack, and I got yelled at by the guy.
I think that was the last strike that we
Yes,
received. But it was too
we're
late
about.
because we could play already with the Van Cleef and Arpels flower
Oh
watch,
yeah,
so
yeah.
everything was good.
And the tourbillon from AP looked really nice too.
Yeah, and the Ferdinand Berthoud was also amazing.
Yeah, but once again, we couldn't see
the
very
movement.
much. Where is the tourbillon? This one.
Yeah.
Pretty nice.
Mm-hmm. But very silverish, very blingy.
Yeah. Very blingy.
I also remember that we both liked the dial of the feather watch. I think that was
yes. It is jade or
opal.
Opal. Yeah, exactly.
And it was just like an LED shining from behind. It was really impressive.
So I'm just wondering, what if you lose a feather? you go back to the the company.
Yeah, Monsieur Piaget goes out and kills another bird to get the feather.
It's a feather complication.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Needs lots of maintenance.
We also saw the winner of the show, the Max Büsser sequential chronograph.
Yeah.
I remember I wasn't very impressed. How about you, Swis?
I really like it. It's just massive. It's really big.
Huge. Yeah.
Huge. Yeah.
And it the dome is also very high.
Yeah. But I do like it.
What we both liked was the chronograph. We liked it better than the that computer generated images, didn't we?
Yes. The chronograph was really nice.
Yeah.
But
it's a relatively small watch.
We couldn't fiddle with it. It was too
late. We ate our lunch, so we couldn't push the reset button on that. We already had too many strikes. But it looked beautiful. It looked much better than on those pictures.
Yeah. All these watches looked better in real life than.
We are such idiots that we didn't take pictures of the watches in front of our noses. But I guess.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do?
Mm-hmm.
So, you have anything else to add to this?
Not really. I think those were our highlights from the GPHD. Maybe you can pull up the Sven Andersen for a second, because I would like to talk about the dial, about that tapisserie dial.
Yes.
So if you have a look at that blue dial at the center of this particular watch, this looks like a hammered effect. So the dial is blue gold, just like Sven Andersen always does, but the dial is guilloché. It is a very special guillochage technique, and you can see the tiny lines of the guilloche only with a very strong loop. But this is not hammered at all. That effect is
Yeah.
done by guillochage.
So it's basically it is what AP calls the tapisserie, and it uses a portograph. I don't know how you say this in English. I think it's the same word.
Yeah, pantograph.
And a pantograph, and it is used to replicate surface textures. And as you said, guilloche. So basically, you remove material and you recreate this pattern, which is, it's fascinating that you can do this. So this means you can basically do this with any kind of surface, and it would work, which is really nice.
Yeah, what I really found surprising is how small the lines are to create that effect.
Yeah.
So we have here a discussion I haven't followed. Watch Apprentice is just a suggestion. Chapek with a blue dial, 20,900. The problem with Chapek is they closed the order books, so they're booked out. So you're not able to get a Chapek for that price if you're not already on the list.
But you are getting one.
Yes. Yes, but it's delayed because I think the deadline was October or November, but today is November and I don't have a watch and I have no idea when it will be arriving. The good thing is I just saw the recent video by Chapek, and they said they made minor tweaks with the movement, and they also improved the bracelet, the fixing point at the case. One of the criticism was that it was moving too much against the case, and I think that they fixed that issue.
Oh, you have the dark blue dial.
The dark blue, yes.
And the dark blue Passage de Drake, if I can find it somewhere.
Yeah, with 12. Not with double index.
Yeah, yours has the 12.
Yeah, I like the 12 because I think the double index looks like vampire tooth.
True.
Watch Apprentice, if they honor that 6-month wait, order it now. But I guess they are not able to keep their word. From what I know, is Chapek stopped ordering the watches, and they are sold out for the next two years at least. I'm not sure if Watch Pro has a special quantity that they're able to sell, but from Chapek, you're not getting a watch within 6 months. Yeah, that is the gold salmon dial that you really liked when you've seen it.
Yeah, this looks really nice. I wouldn't call this salmon. I don't know why people are obsessed with the word salmon. This is not salmon.
Even Chapek calls it salmon.
Yeah, but they shouldn't.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
This is like gold color, copper color. I don't know. It's not salmon.
Yeah, Thomas Burnett is calling it salmon. I think they just want to piss you off. But
yeah, there you go. So the show has been going for 1 hour and 10 minutes.
Yes. Should we open it to the comments, or do you want to close the show?
I think we can wrap it up. And well, we will post a link if anyone wants to join us in the after show. If you have some questions or whatever, we are happy to answer you. And this being said,
wait! I'm gonna do a teaser for the next show, because the third highlight of my trip was when I was waiting for Swis and Benjamin Chi. I was in the center of Geneva, and I just randomly walked across the Breguet boutique there, and I saw a guy in a lab coat walking around old machines. And I thought, hell, this guy is gonna show how a guillochage is done on a Breguet dial. And I got a 3-hour talk with Master Guillocheur there, and it was a mind-blowing experience. And I'm gonna talk about that on the next show.
Very well. Yeah, good, excellent. And I hope everyone in the chat, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of the Swis Jon Show. We did post the link if you want to join us. Don't hesitate. And other than that, I will say until next time. See you, everyone.
Run the trailer, Swis.
Yes.